application, because it is the most important in all of the things that I think we did. And today, I'm happy to report that we are having challenges. As we speak, we have requests in excess of 3,000 applications. Everybody wants to move. They want to come to the states. And what does that tell us? It tells us that at least somehow we are getting it right.
Hello Nigerians, we want to thank you for joining us still on LGTV 25 UHF. Here is the newspaper review segment of our program, Breakfast Headliners. I am Adeshino Anidugbe. We have national dailies for review this morning, and these are the Nigerian Tribune, The Punch, The National Mirror, The Guardian, and of course Daily News Watch. We shall be treating you to the top stories on the front and back pages of these newspapers. We start off with the Nigerian Tribune, and it has this one as its lead story. Protesters stone Amechi for other governors. With these riders, Aliu, others call for Umbu's removal to reconsider funding police. Police interrogate Amechi's ADC, escort commander. That is the lead story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. And closely related to that is this photograph that we have under that story, which says mayhem as thugs beat up Ekiti PDP exco, and one of those beaten up is captured here by the Nigerian Tribune. Constitution amendment, Senate reject fiscal autonomy for local government, single term for president, governors, FCT mayoral status. Get the Nigerian Tribune for more on these stories. And we're still with the Nigerian Tribune this morning. Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, the Nigerian Tribune reports, has suspended its 78-day strike. That's also on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. And back to politics. PDP convention. Ghana committee defies suspension order. Presidencies summons Tucker. That's how the story is written. And this one is coming from Oyo State. I wish to root for 8 years. Credited to the Oyo State Governor Achimobi. You can get more if you pick a copy of that paper. Federal government versus leadership. Court summons Jonathan, among other stories on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. We'll now take you to the back page of same newspaper for some sporting stories, and the only one we shall be highlighting this morning is about FIFA. It says, FIFA queries scandalous playoff score lines. You can please just get more of that, and that's talking about the mind-boggling 79 and 67 goals recorded in two Nigerian National League playoff matches. Of course, you can get to read more of that if you pick a copy of the Nigerian Tribune. So much for the Nigerian Tribune. We take you through the highlights we have on the front page of the Punch newspaper. The lead story is so captioned: APRA as 4 northern governors visit Amechi, and it comes with these riders. Protesters stoned governor's convoy, Rivers government. Kwakwanzo, Aliyu, Lamido, and Inyako demand Commissioner of Police redeployment. That's an update on the situation in Rivers State, with a photograph of some protesting youths also captured there by the Punch newspaper. Court summons Jonathan to testify against leadership journalist. That's another minor piece on the front page of the Punch. And to this one, gunmen attack PDP leaders, journalists in Ekiti. You can also get to read more about those reports. We're not done with the Punch newspaper yet. We have the last set of headlines for you this morning. We learned that the United Nations may sanction Nigeria for al-Bashir's visit. That's a minor piece, though, on the front page of the Punch newspaper. And still talking about politics, President Tucker meet over PDP crisis is yet another minor piece. And Nigeria is reported to be losing 400,000 barrels of oil daily. This is on the authority of the Minister of Finance, Okonjo-Iweala. North must produce president in 2015, Arewa Consultative Forum, and others are insisting. Get the Punch for more on those reports. Please come along with us to the front page of the National Mirror for additional headlines this morning. The lead story of the National Mirror is not related to the update on the Rivers State crisis. It says, Constitution Amendment, Senate rejects single term, local government autonomy, OK's life pension for Senate President, Speakers, others. That's how the National Mirror has captioned that story this morning. And it also has an update on the strike embarked upon by the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics. ASU calls off 81-day-old strike. ASU rejects post-UTME test. This is also on the front page of the National Mirror, and we have the photograph of National Youth Service Corps by B members during their passing out parade in Jos Plateau State, as captured by the National Mirror. Federal government running short of cash, Okonjo-Iweala insists, as the nation's inflation rate is reported to have dropped to 8.4% in the month of June, the lowest within the period of 5 years. PDP convention, Jonathan wades into Tucker Ghana face-off. No anointed candidate for NWC, says party chair, with a photograph of the president beside the story. The National Mirror has all of these stories. You can pick a copy of the paper for more. The Guardian newspaper is our next port of call on this segment of the program this morning, and the situation, as reported by The Guardian in Rivers State, is assuming an alarming rate. Protesting youth hold Amechi, 4 other governors, hostage at airport, with these riders, Aliyu, Lamido, Kokonzo, and Yako, blame police for Rivers crisis, seek redeployment of Umbu, threaten to stop funding of police in their state. That's how The Guardian has put this story. And the photograph of visiting Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta during his visit to the State House after the African Union Summit in Abuja yesterday has been welcomed by President Goodluck Jonathan. Away from that, Northern leaders want Jonathan against fresh bid for presidency. You can please get The Guardian and read more of those reports. Before we take you to the last newspaper we have for review this morning, let's bring you 2-3 more headlines from The Guardian. Senate, we are told, has rejected financial autonomy for local government councils and others, and it comes with this rider. Reps summon Adoke over alleged clearance letter on the $1.092 billion Malabu oil deal. That's on the front page of The Guardian. Polytechnic teachers, we are told by The Guardian, have suspended their strike. And another story on the front page of the paper reads thus: EU slams Nigeria for not arresting al-Bashir, talking about the European Union. Get The Guardian for the rest of those reports. And to the last newspaper we have for review this morning, which is the Daily News Watch. We also have an update on the river crisis as reported earlier by other newspapers. Rivers crisis: Inyako, Aliyu, Lamido, Kokonzo attacked. Commissioner's van destroyed. BP at Aso Rock says is authentic speaker. That's the lead story of the Daily News Watch this morning too. And we have this one. Reps uncover 2 billion naira misappropriation in River Basin. You can also just get more of that story. Malabu oil deal. Reps summon Justice Minister is yet another matter piece on the front page of the Daily News Watch. And our parting shot on this segment of the program this morning is still on the front page of the Daily News Watch. Presidency must return to North in 2015. This is credited to Arewa Consultative Forum and Northern Elders Forum. Say we have the number. You can read more of this story or any other story as highlighted on the front page of the Daily News Watch. And that's all we have for you on this segment. But just before we let go of you, we'd like to give you this information. Should the news report about you or your organization be incorrect or breaches the code of ethics of journalism, you may complain to the Nigerian Press Council for redress. Complain to the Nigerian Press Council at 26 Bissau Street, Wuse Zone 6, Abuja, or 15 Awolowo Road, Ikoyi, Lagos. You can also send email to the organization through info@presscouncil.gov.ng. Many thanks for watching this segment. We'll bring you the Yoruba version very shortly with Fola Adesina Green. Bye for now.